Coming up next, we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence, LOL, which means laugh out loud. I like to call it listen, observe, learn. How's everybody doing out there? I am yours truly, James Cotton. It is the holiday season, so no matter when you're watching this video, you guys got to understand it is the holiday season. I am a festive spirit, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about a thing that everybody's really familiar with. That's called LOL. A lot of people think that means laugh out loud. As a transition specialist, LOL stands for listen, observe, and learn. LOL. Now that we got the one joke out the way, we're going to be talking some transitioners, but listen, observe, learn will help you through an emotional transition. So I want you guys to understand that when we're talking about emotions, I need you guys to learn how to practice your emotional intelligence. Not everybody is really good at processing their emotions, especially men. I can vouch for that. I tend to wear my emotions on my sleeves, and so therefore sometimes I can overreact, sometimes I underreact, just depends on what day of the week it is. But I found a couple of techniques that help me process my emotions. And as a man, sometimes we feel vulnerable when we start talking about emotions. And so I'm here to tell you, men, it's okay. Share your emotions. If you need to cry, go ahead and cry. We got tissue for you. You got to get it out of your system. Tears cleanse the system. It cleanses the soul. So don't be afraid to show your emotions. And I'm talking emotional intelligence. So the key technique that I learned was to listen. Now, if anybody that's married out there, listening is very important. So this will help you with your marriage, to help you with your personal life, to help you at work, because a lot of coworkers like to talk. Some of us may not like to talk every day, but we have to listen. Listen is one of the easiest things you can do. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. 2 ears because we need to listen to each other. When we listen to each other, we can have a better understanding of how we can relate to one another. And so as a married man myself, I have become an excellent listener. And so when you're an excellent listener, you have to take mental notes. Or if you need to get out a notepad and write things down so you can remember it. I have a tough time remembering things because I played professional football, concussions, blah, blah, blah. But I have excelled at listening. So make sure you guys take time to listen to the small details, because that is what makes up the big picture. And so when we're talking about transitioning and you trying to transition into the next phase of what it is you're trying to do, you always have to talk to somebody. Somebody has to listen. So if you are a better listener than talker, then make sure you listen and just share your God honest opinion to help somebody out. And that's the key tip that I've learned. First tip was listen. The second tip is to observe. So when you're put in a situation, and sometimes you have to observe things, you have to feel the situation out, you have to get a better understanding. Now that you've listened, now you can observe and see, oh, okay, this person told me this is happening. Like, let me just observe the actions that's going on. How can I just observe so I can get a better understanding of myself, of what's going on? So you have to be able to analyze and process what you're observing. And so this is very key when we're talking about our emotions. So sometimes things could get a little heated, things could get overheated. But if you take a step back and observe, take a couple deep breaths, I promise you things will tend to simmer down with time. Just take your time, observe, and process the information. No matter the circumstances, if things get physical, then that's one thing. So you should never resort to violence. So make sure we keep our emotions tapered and tailored so we don't have an explosion, because this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to listen to get an understanding to see, oh, okay, how can I be better? How can I do better? What can I do to help you become better? So we need to tailor our emotions, and we have to observe what's going on so we can give the proper diagnosis of what is being said and what is being done, so we can respond accordingly. So let's not have an overreaction. A knee-jerk reaction is what they call it. Because life is basically 10% reaction, 90% of how you deal with the reaction. So you have to understand that if something happens, take a moment to diagnose what has happened. Observe what has happened. Listen to what's going on. So now you have an opportunity to react accordingly. That happens so much in high schools and middle schools that I've gone in to speak to, where a kid get his shoes stepped on, kid get bumped into, kid get bullied. Now it's time for you to honestly, what is really the core problem of what's going on? Let's talk about it. See, this is where we come back to listening. We have to talk. We have to exchange dialogue. We have to converse with one another. And we have to observe and say, hey, okay, is this person really a threat, or this person is just lashing out because they need some form of help? Now, the third tip that I've learned: listen, observe, and learn. Now, did you lose what was going on? Did you lose your cool? You just got to make sure you don't lose the lesson. So you got to learn from your mistakes. You got to learn from the positive things that you've done so you can keep doing it and enhance it and scale it. So make sure you learn about what you just did. So you have to make sure that you're not afraid of what's getting ready to happen. You have to learn and understand that there are consequences to your actions. That means they could be good consequences. That means they could be bad consequences. But you got to learn in order to get better and in order to be a more productive person. A lot of people struggle with change. Change is the one thing that causes everybody emotions to get unraveled. So you have to understand that change is going to bring about different emotions that could potentially hinder you or it can help you. It just depends on your mindset. And I hope these keys and these tips are going to help you to listen, observe, and learn. It's all about your mindset. Don't be afraid of change. Change is going to happen inevitably. Everything is going to evolve. You have to make sure you're adapting to the evolution. So, with that being said, this was extremely therapeutic for me, right to the point, very exciting stuff. Emotions is a part of our everyday existence. In order to exist with one another, we have to practice our emotional intelligence. I can't share that enough with you guys. You guys got to be self-aware, and you have to be aware of how you process your emotions. Men, it's okay to be emotional. Nobody's going to think you're a girl or a woman. It is okay. I'm in touch with my feminine side because I've been married for a long time. So I learn. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please, please, please go to the comments. Leave me some comments. I want to engage with you guys. So leave me a comment. I'll definitely shout you out in the next video. Make sure you guys click that little notification bell so you can get notified on the next video. I love you guys. Please, please, please share the YouTube channel, because somebody out there wants to hear what I'm saying, and we got to make that possible. So thanks for tuning in. God bless.